Hello fellow Gunters. Monster Hunter Wilds is night and I'm still preparing all the stuff I need for a complete guide little by little. In my latest videos I have been addressing stuff like comparing combos, perfect guard options and air combos. After all that research I can finally do a quick reference chart for the most useful combo paths. You can get the link in the description. I'm sharing it too into the usual places like Blue Sky or the Gunlance subreddit. Of course, since so far I only got access to the betas I don't have the final info, but I will go updating this with every new tech or do versions more oriented to wide and long gunlances. In this video I'm giving an overview and commentary of each combo explaining the chart. First of all, about the buttons. I'm using the PlayStation notation. If you are using another kind of controller it is very easy to translate them. The circle is the button that you use for shell that is usually mapped as the right button of the controller. Triangle is the button dedicated to pokes and other melee attacks. And 2 South African Rand is the button you use to raise your shield that is on the right shoulder of the controller, while the 1 South African Rand is the other button you use to initiate the focus strike while in focus mode. About focus mode. I can't recommend enough to instead pressing the button to activate it. You should instead use the toggle option in the menu. Gunlance is better with focus mode always active, and with toggle you will free yourself from having to be holding the focus for most of the hunt. Takes a bit to get used to it, but the long-term benefit is huge. Do it as soon as possible. I have grouped the combos in 4 categories depending on their main role and inputs. The first category is the fastest combo into Wyrmstake Full Blast. That is the famous by now shell into moving stake. This combo is at the top of the damage output in the beta and basically is the to-go combo in any situation you feel you have enough time to pull it out. You can start with it in almost any situation. From just standing in neutral to after guarding. You can even start it if you just did a perfect guard instead of an slam, which is the usual thing, because the WSFB combo will have better sustained damage than the other options. You can even start the combo if you are with your weapon sheathed by doing a forward lunge and shell very early into the animation, cancelling the upswing. In fact, the lunge into shell and the moving sweep is a wonderful movement tool. You can use it to get closer to the monster and attack from mid-distances faster than trying to use hops or calling secret. After that there are the melee variants of the WSFB combo. They have in common that they are started from a guarding position. If you perfect guard you can do a slam and then go directly into slam. This is nice because from the slam you can decide if instead of a burst fire more upfront damage. Fighting game guys sure had heard about the term hit confirm, where you do weeks attacks just to start a combo before you process if you can go for the full one or drop it. Similarly, the guard poke ones have the advantage of being very safe and have as good damage as the shell combo if you are hitting a good zone. After performing any WSFB combo you can immediately go into a full reload and combo it into the guard pokes. The third option is from jumping, usually from secret. You can do the sweep after landing, is basically the fastest way into WSFB from your chocobo. Before moving on, a dishonorable mention to the poke sweep combo. It sucks in everything, don't use it except if you poke by accident. The third group are the fastest options into the fast Wyvern fire. Fast Wyvern fire is always optimal damage if you can land 5 or 4 hits. The most distance, the least hits you will land, and even so, getting 5 hits can be inconsistent. As you have seen in the previous combos I already have included Wyvern fire at the end of the chains of WSFB, but I felt like I had to mention the alternatives. Other than from WSFB you can also get the fast Wyvern fire from using your focus attack named Drake Augur, and from a perfect guard being perfect for a burst of damage, since these usually means you are hugging the monster. The third option is after a sweep or a moving sweep to go straight into the stake and then Wyvern fire. This one is mostly if you have no shells ready and you decide to Wyvern fire instead. This combo also will be a lot more useful for wide and long types since they have stronger stake and Wyvern fire, so keep in mind this can be useful. The last group of combos I want to mention are the burst fire loops. These are useful if you aren't sure to have enough time to pull a longer Wyrmstake full blast, or you start at a situation without a Wyrmstake ready. Mind that after the burst you can also sweep and go into WSFB, but the first loop will be very toothless since you already used your shells. As proven in the previous videos, you also should avoid the classic burst combo of the previous games, doing a sweep and then the quick reload. This is because thanks to the new option to reload, thanks to pressing the shell button without shells you can burst, hop, reload and then slam and burst, and that is a lot easier than going for the sweep. The sweep now is a lot faster than before, but its damage is even worse than a slam, so is no longer the strongest melee attack of the Gunlance, so strong you could skip the burst. And that is all about the combos. As said, I will be updating this table or creating a shell-type base table depending on how the weapon evolves in the final game. If you feel I'm missing an important combo, I'm also open to feedback in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you in the hunt.